Good day, sir. I am Zara Stephen John Biana, and I will discuss about the main mission and responsibilities of IMO, the structure of IMO, the four pillars of IMO, and also the purpose of SOLAS chapters. So the IMO, or the International Maritime Organization, and the purpose of SOLAS chapters. The International Maritime Organization is the structure of the International Maritime Organization is a tiered governance system designed to balance administrative oversight with specialized technical expertise. It also operates through four main components: the Assembly, the Council, the Committees, and the Secretariat. The Assembly is the highest governing body of the IMO. It consists of all 176 member states and typically meets once every 2 years. So the responsibilities include approving the work program, budgetary oversight, and elections. Second is the Council. The Council acts as the executive organ of the IMO, and it is responsible for supervising the organization work between assembly sessions. There are three categories in the Council. First, Category A, 10 states with the largest interest in providing international shipping services like China, Greece, and USA. The second, Category B, states with the largest interest in international seaborne trade like Germany, India, and Brazil. And the last, Category C, 20 states not elected under A and B who represent all major geographic areas of the world like Philippines, Egypt, and Singapore. The committees and subcommittees. So the technical work of the IMO is carried out by five main committees which are open to all member states, and the two most prominent are the MSC, or Maritime Safety Committee, and the Marine Environment Protection Committee. So to handle high specific technical issues, these committee are supported by seven subcommittee. So there are seven subcommittee: the CCC, Carriage of Cargoes and Containers, and HTW, Human Element Training and Watchkeeping, the Triple I, Implementation of IMO Instrument, NSCR, Navigation, Communication, and Search Rescue, PPR, Pollution Prevention and Response, SDC, Ship Design and Construction, SSE, Ship System and Equipment. The Secretariat. The Secretariat consists of the Secretary General and approximately 300 international civil servants based at the IMO headquarters in London. So first is the leadership. As of 2026, the Secretary General is Arsenio Dominguez from Panama, who took office in 2024. And the role is the Secretariat provide administrative support, manages documentation, and coordinates the numerous meetings that take place throughout the year. Now we will discuss the four pillars of IMO and its function. So first is the SOLAS, International Convention for the Safety Life of Sea. The key function is to regulate ship stability, fire protection, life-saving appliances like boat and vest, radio communication, and safety of navigation. It also ensures that if a ship encounters an emergency, it is structurally sound enough to survive and equipped to save the lives of those on board. Second is the MARPOL, or Maritime Pollution from Ships. So the key function is to divide into 6 technical annexes that regulate different type of pollutants. First, Annex 1 is oil, Annex 2 chemical, Annex 3 is packaged harmful substances, Annex 4 sewage, Annex 5 garbage, and the last, Annex 6, is the air emission or greenhouse gases. Its function is to preserve the marine environment and atmosphere. The last is TCW, the third one, Standard of Training and Certification and Watchkeeping for Seafarer. The key function of it is to prescribe minimum standard relating to training, certification, and watchkeeping for seafarer. It ensures that master officer and ratings have the necessary professional knowledge and skills to perform their duties safely. It also sets strict standards for medical fitness and watchkeeping, monitoring the ship's path to prevent human error. And the last pillar of the IMO is Maritime Labor Convention. The key function is to set out seafarer rights to decent condition of work, including minimum age, employment, agreement, hours of work and rest, payment of wages, paid annual leave, repatriation, medical care, and accommodation. It ensures that ship owners provide a humane working environment which indirectly improves safety by reducing crew fatigue and stress. The purpose of SOLAS chapters. Chapter 1, the general provision. It covered the surveys of various types of ships and the issuance of safety certificates. Chapter 2, 2-1 construction, structure, and stability. Ensure the ships are built to remain stable even if damaged. Chapter 2-2, the key function is to fire protection, set standard for the detection, containment, and extension. It includes rules for firefighting equipment and structural fire barriers. In chapter number 3, life-saving appliances or LSA mandates the carriage of lifeboats, life raft, and life jackets. Chapter 4, radio communication incorporates the GMDSS to ensure ship can always send and receive distress signals. In chapter number 5, safety of navigation, unlike other, this applies to all vessels, including private yacht. It covers voyage planning, lookouts, and navigation equipment like radar and AIS. In chapter 6, carriage of cargoes, it focuses on the safe stowage and securing of all types of cargo, except liquid and gases in bulk, particularly grain. Chapter 7, carriage of dangerous goods, regulate the transport of hazard materials, and make the IMDG code, International Maritime Dangerous Goods, mandatory. In chapter number 8, the nuclear ships provide basic safety requirements for nuclear-powered merchant ships, focusing primarily on radiation hazards. In chapter 9, management of safe operation makes the ISM code mandatory, requires companies to have a structured safety management system. In chapter 10, safety measure for high-speed craft, it sets specific safety standard for fast ferries and other high-speed vessels via the HSC code. In chapter 11-1, special measure for safety covers enhanced surveys, ship identification number, and atmosphere testing in enclosed spaces. In chapter 11-2, special measure for security incorporates the ISPS codes, international ship and port facility security, focusing on protecting ship and port against terrorism and piracy. In chapter number 12, additional safety for bulk carriers, focus on the structural strength of large bulk carriers to prevent sudden structure failure or sinking. In chapter number 13, verification of compliance, establishes the IMO member state audit scheme to ensure government are actually enforcing this rule. And the last chapter of solas is the ships operating in polar water, makes the polar code mandatory, addressing the unique risk of ice, low temperature, and remote location in the Arctic and Antarctic.